And then you find people misconceive it for, hair that tangles, or hair that's coarse, or hair, and that actually has more to do with hair density. It has to do with hair density, it has to do with hair type, it has to do with curl type, the way your hair tangles and everything, and how it has nothing really to do with porosity. So I just needed to say that very quickly. Hey there, kings and queens, welcome and welcome back to the first ever edition of Daisy's Talks. My name is Vongai, but I'm commonly known as Veedaisy. In today's video, we're going to be talking about porosity. So we've gone through my entire regimen and have done some really cool DIYs already, and I think now it's time for us to really get into some very fundamental facts about hair that can really help you to retain moisture and length, such as porosity. Now, I'm one of those people, when I'm talking, I really enjoy interaction. Now, I know that we are on video, and of course you can't really connect with me in that way, so make sure you let me know how you've been doing, how you and your hair have been doing down in the comment section below. Let me know if you have a protective style on, have you moisturized your hair for this week, what do you have planned for the next few weeks and the next few months with your hair. Right, let's get right into the video. So the question comes in, what is porosity? Now, porosity is how much your hair, or rather let me say it in layman terms, it's how much your hair can actually receive moisture and retain that moisture that you'd have put into it. Now, we've got three categories of porosity. We've got low porosity, medium porosity, and high porosity. Majority of people usually have low porosity, like myself, and I'm going to be telling you all about these types of porosity. Okay, so a hair strand, right, has little pockets called cuticles, and those pockets, right, are the ones that carry in water and close up, so they open and close. I think to give an example that will make this make sense, right, is like when a plant is growing, right. I'm trying to find which kind of plants that I can give as an example, but when a plant is growing, usually it has like stacks that look like this, right? So with porosity, it's usually how much water or moisture or product can get into those little pockets that are on that hair strand. I'm going to try and find a picture to actually explain what I mean by those pockets. Now, like I said, we've got three categories of porosity. We've got the low porosity. By the way, I hope that made sense. Anyways, so we've got low porosity here, and it's the one that I have currently. So low porosity hairs, pockets, if I could say, those are called cuticles, by the way. Those pockets are they are kind of closed in a lot, so you find that when you're trying to put in water, they're not open enough for you to actually put in that water. So you find that when you put water, it forms like little droplets on the hair, and the hair doesn't really get wet that quickly. You also find that you usually need to have some sort of heat for that moisture or that product to get into your hair. Now, I would recommend, I'm going to do a full video actually on how to take care of these different types of hair porosities, but usually you would like or you would go towards using a lot of heat on your hair. Not the heat like direct heat, like blow dryers and flat irons, that's not what I mean, but a lot of heat in the sense that you want to warm your hair first before you moisturize. You want to use some sort of heat in your hair, like warm water. You want to wash your hair with warm water. You want to deep condition with heat or a heating cap or a blow dryer of some sort to really make sure that that product gets in very well. Usually you also find that when you're trying to put in product, it usually forms like a white cast, and it stays like that for a really long time. So you really want to start working that product in if you have low porosity hair. It's also very difficult to dry low porosity hair. Like, when I tell y'all, it takes me about 3 to 2 days for my twist out to come out dry or my bunch knot out to come out dry. It's a struggle, but anyways, it's cool. It's who we are and we have to embrace it. So moving on to medium porosity hair. Now medium porosity hair, receives moisture much faster and retains that moisture, right? Because those little pockets I've mentioned again, I'm going to try and always reference to it so that you actually know what I'm talking about. But those little pockets are slightly open, so moisture gets in very easily and doesn't escape as fast. And usually find that with this hair, it dries very well, it styles very well, it's glossy, it's a kind of perfect world, ideal kind of hair that everybody wants. But you don't usually get people with medium porosity. I mean, if you have medium porosity hair, girl, you're blessed. Or guy, you are blessed. Please let us know in the comment section below if you have that kind of hair. And now moving on to high porosity hair. Now high porosity hair is the complete opposite of the two that I have actually mentioned. The pockets are very open, right? So when your pockets are very open, you are always trying to find methods in which you can close those pockets, right? So you usually find that with high porosity hair, moisture gets in quickly and escapes just as fast as you'd have put it in. You also find that it dries up very quickly, unlike low porosity hair and medium porosity hair. You want to use colder temperatures. You want to wash your hair with cold water. You want to do what they call the cold rinse just before you go and moisturize your hair. You want to do that cold rinse. You also don't necessarily need to apply heat when you are deep conditioning your hair. You don't usually even have to stay very long when you are deep conditioning your hair. So having said all this, I need to bust some myths that I've been seeing floating around Facebook and Facebook groups. I've seen that people have misconceptions about what porosity is. Porosity really has to do a lot with moisture. It has to do a lot with how you moisturize, how when you have moisturized hair, your hair is much manageable, it's softer, it's shiny, it's glossy, and that's what we want from our hair, right? And then you find people misconceive it for hair that tangles or hair that's coarse or hair, and that actually has more to do with hair density. It has to do with hair density, it has to do with hair type, it has to do with curl type, the way your hair tangles and everything, and how it has nothing really to do with porosity. So I just needed to say that very quickly, and as well to re-emphasize that this is why porosity is important. If you know your porosity, you are likely to manage your hair better, in the sense that you would know that if I moisturize my hair in this way, then I'm likely going to get the best out of this product. As a low nutty or a medium nutty. By nutty, I'm naturalist. I know a lot of people don't know that. If you're a low porosity nutty, medium porosity nutty, or high porosity nutty. If you enjoyed this video and you've come all the way to the end of this video and you found it informative, please do like and share this video with your friends. It will really go a long way in my journey. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell on the side. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to see y'all in the next one.